Okay, students, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a chess piece. First thing you want to do is open up AutoDesk Inventor 2019. Then you're going to go up to the word File and click on New. Once you're in there, you are going to open up your metric template, clicking on the metric folder and double-clicking on standardmillimeter.ipt. Waiting patiently for that blue screen to appear. Waiting. Okay, perfect. Now I am going to go up to the top corner, and like all of my other projects, I'm going to click on Start a 2D Sketch. The very first time I start a 2D sketch, I'm going to get my coordinate plane, and I'm going to click on the XY plane, and my screen's just going to flip around like that. And instead of making a rectangle like our previous assignment, I am going to be making a triangle. To do that, I'm going to choose my line tool. Clicking on my line tool, going to the origin, looking for that green circle, I'm going to click to start, and I'm going to bring my cursor straight up. I want my chess piece to be about 50 millimeters tall, so I'm going to type in 50 on my keyboard, hit enter, and I'm going to finish out a triangle. I want it, this point I can choose. I don't want it to be very short. I want it to be pretty tall and narrow. Oh, let's go right about here. And then I'm going to bring my cursor back to the origin, looking for the green circle and clicking to start. Now, on my orientation cube, I'm going to click on front. Cool thing about that is it's going to recenter everything in my screen, so I have the entire height in my screen. Now, using a variety of tools that we haven't used yet, I'm going to create a pattern that looks like a chess piece along this edge. Hopefully you noticed my screen just changed. Off to the side, you will see a pawn piece that I have downloaded from the internet. If you need help with that, check with Miss Fall. What I do now is I'm going to take my arc tool and I'm going to start marking out the arcs for the silhouette of my pawn, and I'm going to try to replicate that as best as I can. Grabbing my arc tool, I am going to always look for a green dot to start. That ensures me that I am intersecting with another part of the line. Now, in order to make my arc tool work, I need to click 3 times. I click to start, I click the opposite side of my circle, and then I mark out the arc, moving my cursor around to make different sizes of arcs. This looks pretty close to my sample. So I have this part done. Now I'm going to create this and that part using a combination of lines and arcs. Okay. Going to my arc tool now, clicking 2 times to get it to work. This time I'm going to arc ever so slightly in. And still in my arc tool, looking for my green circle. I'm going to leave this as a straight line. And instead of having this go out at an angle, I'm going to actually have it come straight down, just like in my video, or in my sample, I mean. Oh, I'm going to hit escape. Look at it, went to my arc tool, and I told it to be my line tool, but did not listen. I'm going to try that again. Looking for my green circle, and going straight down, looking for 90 degrees. If I try to do my next step, it's not going to work. What I need to do is try out my trim tool, and I'm going to trim up any extra line that I don't need. This part's an extra line, this part's an extra line, this is extra, that's extra, and then down at the bottom is extra. If you miss a line, or if you do not have yellow squares where everything is intersecting, your next step will not work. Now that I have this silhouette, kind of like my sample. Alright, that's going to be a weird glitch there, but we're just going to keep moving on. I am now going to click on my Finish Sketch, green check mark, and I'm going to click on the front top right corner, and I am ready for the coolest part. This is my brand new tool. Instead of extruding to make this 3D, I'm going to choose Revolve. Clicking on my Revolve tool, I have 2 clicks to get this to revolve. First thing I want to do is make sure I have Profile selected. Axis selected. And I'm going to click on this vertical line 1 time. So that's my axis. And if I had that blue, notice that it knows exactly which profile I want to revolve, and it already did it. If it doesn't already revolve this, what you need to do is click on Profile and tell it what to revolve, and make sure your extents say full. When you're done and it looks like a chess piece, all you need to do is click on OK. Let's do another one. File, New, Standard Millimeter, Start a 2D Sketch, click on the XY plane, move that down, Line Tool. I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter at 40 millimeters, coming down, over, back to center. Clicking on my front button. Using a variety of arc tools, looking for intersecting lines. I am not following my pattern on this. I'm just winging it. Making sure, super important, that I'm connecting up when I'm done. Now, trimming. And finish. Revolve. My profile is blue. Click on Access. Tell it this is my access. Click on OK. Click on the front top right corner. And bam! Another chess piece. After this, reference your previous video on how to insert this into a drawing. And go ahead and add in a bunch to a drawing.